Hello, guys, and welcome back to Joe's Adventures. And today we're doing another episode of our little aquatic pack kind of updates. And I thought, since this new system with the diving is so interesting and intricate, it looks like Frontier agreed and gave us a little developer journal, which I want to read to you guys and discuss with you guys because this seems really interesting to me. So let's get into it. Hail Zookeepers! Only one more day until the Planet Zoo Aquatic Pack release. Today we have 3 developers from the team explaining some of the things that you can look forward to when the Aquatic Pack launches tomorrow, and the technical challenges the team embraced and overcame to bring you deeper water swimming. Please welcome artist Barry Padre, I believe that's right, forgive my pronunciations, senior programmer Egan O'Neill, and lead animator Philip Williams. So, hello everyone, we're looking forward to seeing people playing the Aquatic Pack tomorrow, and we're to talk a little bit more about it. So yeah, thank you very much for giving us this wonderful expansion. I know everyone's been crying out for it, and it's really interesting to see that you guys put in the effort and listen to what the people want, so you guys should be congratulated for that. So let's have a look. Says Barry, Bernie, however you pronounce it. There are so many things to look forward to in this new Aquatic Pack. As the name suggests, this pack is centered around water in many forms. We have included 4 new habitat animals, all equipped with our brand new diving, deep swimming feature. We also have a new exhibit animal with a new semi-aquatic based exhibit. These deep swimming features adds a whole new requirement for habitats, so a little bit for an added consideration. So having the right amount of water, and I assume the right depth of water is going to be a thing important. I imagine it's going to be kind of similar to climbing. So if climbing, you have to have a certain amount of depth. We'll have a look at that when we actually get a look at the animals, hopefully. But I think that's a cool system, because I assume you might have to make sure what depth they need. There might be a certain depth that they require, since a lot of animals kind of have that. Some animals are very adapted for deep diving, like real deep diving, like sperm whales, elephant seals, and leatherback turtles. So it's just some examples. So I imagine some would require quite deep ponds and requirements. I hope they add like salt and fresh water. I think that'd be cool too, since there's some animals here that live in salt water, like the sea lion, not the sea lion, the grey seal and the penguin. So that'd be cool. But I'm guessing we'll have to wait till tomorrow, where I'll do a big reveal pack thing and make a little park and go through everything, so that'll be awesome. So, okay, time for Idgidhan, or however you pronounce it. A lot of these are European names I'm not sure of pronouncing. For this pack, the team have implemented a whole new diving system to allow animals to fully take advantage of their surroundings. We've created a dynamic swimming system which allows the animals to move fluidly underwater and can be tailored to bring out the different swimming behaviors unique to each animal, so that's cool. For animation team, the inspiration comes mainly from the animals themselves. One particular example is the speedy and graceful swimming of the king penguin, which can quickly change direction and almost appear to be flying through the water. Well, they are birds. I really hope we get to see things like porpoising, which is obviously done by porpoises, but penguins do it as well, where they kind of jump in and out of the water. I'm sure you guys, if you've gone to an aquarium with penguins, or you've watched Planet Earth, you've probably seen it, that they just kind of hop in and out of the water. It's actually a very efficient way to travel. And then we can see, we wanted a system that could fully capture these movements and replicate them in game. Not only that, but we wanted to maintain the character of the animals. So you'll see some animations unique to particular animals as they swim. So that'll be cool. So they'll each have more distinct personalities. You can't go wrong with that. Okay. Here comes Bernie again. And we got this cute picture of a grey seal. Very adorable. Look at it, he's very cute. I love him, he's like a sea doggo. I love sea doggo. Okay, we're going to talk back with Bernie. As we do with any pack, we extensively research the animals and their habitats we want to center the pack around and work from there. With this theme of the pack being aquatic, we didn't center on the animals of the pack around one singular climate or region. For this, we have created some interesting assortment of foliage for you to incorporate into your habitats to make sure each animals feel at home. From a giant otter leaping around a riverbank to Cuvier's dwarf caiman swimming amongst eagle grass. deep within a mangrove swamp. So that'll be interesting. So I feel like the aquatic theme was really open. So we have like this really cool juxtaposition of, we have tropical swampy animals like giant otters and caimans, and then we have the seals and the penguins, which are from like polar regions, very cold. It's a really nice juxtaposition, but I think they both fit well under the theme, so that's really cool. Plus we get 2 new South American animals. Can't complain with that. So looking at inspiration from real zoos, we found that with these semi-aquatic animals, habitats have recreations of natural forms, so we created a host of recolorable fake rocks and a tree, which opens a lot of possibilities for some very interesting, exciting habitats. I'm not sure what they mean by tree. So say there'll be a bunch of trees, all trees, we'll see, that are recolorable, same with these rocks. So that'll be very interesting to see. It'll be interesting to play with this as well. I imagine if they're recolorable, or if they're even different unique shapes, I imagine they'll be used a lot in not even these animals. They'll be used in a bunch of different animals enclosures. Just another bunch of sets for people to play with, so that'll be awesome. Okay. Philippe. Since we launched, Philip, not Philippe. Since we launched Planet Zoo, we've made a lot of advancements in the locomotion system. We wanted to make it feel a lot more fluid and responsive, and we wanted to get as much of that feeling into the deep swimming as we could. The best example of this is the giant otter as they swim through the water while playing a variety of swimming animations. Oh, that's cool. On top of that, we have a new code system that will adjust the curve and tilt of the body so they bend and twist as they change direction, while even adjusting their heads so they are looking in the direction they're swimming. So that's cool. It'd be really interesting to see them move around like that. See, we've got these 4 really well-done animals. I really hope we see these kind of systems evolved in animals in the future. Well, if they've taken the time to develop it, they're really going to. And it's going to be coming to the saltwater crocodile, as I mentioned soon. So here we are. Egon? Oh, I'm not going to even try. First, we needed to create smooth paths that the animals could follow, while at the same time making sure they don't bump into surrounding obstacles. Our navigations gives us a series of points to traverse as we perform the steps to transform them into a clear, smooth path. Our path planning needs to account for each individual animal too. Some are slow and take turns more gradually. Some are small and fast and can turn quickly. We take this into account when generating our plans to create locomotion that matches the behavior of the animal in question. While we allow animals to dynamically change travel targets all the time, so our new system allows us to dynamically update the existing pathing, or while keeping the animals constantly in motion, that includes moving from land to water and back again. So that'd be very interesting. Also, I imagine that also applies when people are trying to edit water under, like while the animal's in play mode, like if you're editing anything in the water that you want to try. I think that's interesting as well. Since animals can dart around underwater, making sharp and gradual turns in any directions, or sharp or gradual, we've added some techniques that can alter animations at runtime, excluding spine flex and tilt body. Spine flex allows us to modify the animal's pose to have it turn into corners, then bend around tight turns. This is fully dynamic and responds to whatever motion the animal is doing. Tilt body takes into account the degree of which the animal is turning, as well as the speed of motion that allows make the animals lean into turns. For example, you may see a king penguin roll left and right as they flip around underwater. By combining these systems with our locomotion plan, we can anticipate where they turn, stop, or speed up, allowing the animals to move naturally through the water. So that's really interesting to see. We've only really seen the penguin kind of swimming through the updates, the trailers. So that'll be really, really awesome to get more involved in and watch, because I really hope the penguins also herd as well. That'll be fun. I just think that the penguin living often, since they're often housed in large colonies and zoos, it'll really add to the dynamic of the system. So I'm really excited to see that. So here we are, Bernie again. Adding the deep swim feature to Planet Zoo has been a massive technical achievement for the team. It has proved incredibly challenging to implement this feature, but I believe it certainly played off. We started with vast amount of research between concentrating on the animal's movements, habitats, and behaviors. There are a lot of different areas that we have to concentrate on. This research This is research that we had to do every time we add a new animal to Planet Zoo. However, with this feature, it'll add a whole new axis for the animals to traverse, since they have to move in 3D space, not just climbing and stuff. They have to move within 3 dimensions because it's water. Defining how these animals' behaviors look and how these animals seemingly go between these different behaviors is a true testament of the incredibly talented code ringing animation teams we have working on Planet Zoo. So I think we better give them a round of applause or give them great thanks for putting the effort into something that we wanted to see. So it'd be really, really awesome to see what the plan is for the future and how these systems will apply to other animals. That'll be cool. So we're looking to continue to work on adding deep swimming behaviors to more animals that are already part of Planet Zoo. The first of these will be the saltwater crocodile, which is part of the base game roster. So I hope you can look forward to designing some new excitable swimming habitats for these animals. So we're technically almost getting 6 animals this time, since we're getting the saltwater crocodile having these deep swimming behaviors. Some animals I'd really love to see get these deep diving behaviors are polar bears and grizzly bears. The gharial's obviously an obvious one since it's an aquatic animal like that. Hippos kind of just walk along. We'll see if the animal could have maybe more complex, like hopping up and down. I think that'd be interesting. Thinking what else would be interesting. Maybe elephants. Elephants can dive. That could be fun. It'd be brilliant to see if we get like fully marine or fully aquatic animals, like manatees or whales or things like that. With whales being loose, maybe dolphins. Considering how controversial some of them can be, I guess we'll just have to wait and see. It'll be interesting to see what they come up with, but this is really the system that's going to allow that to happen. Since it looks like they put a lot of work into this, man, I just love Planet Zoo. So let's have a look at the next one. And we have these beautiful king penguins here, clearly having a good time. So we are back to Philip. I think this is the closest code and animation have had to work together, since there are so many different systems in play that they're both very reliant on each other. So the slightest change from one could break the other's work. It's been great fun. It's been brilliant to see it come together. At the end of each week, we have to push each other. Once we have the basic deep diving working, we start to look into trails, which instantly brought them to life in the water. We've quickly discovered that the reason king penguins have the bubble trails behind them is that they fill the gaps in their feathers with air when they go to the surface. I think deep diving will add a whole new dimension to the game. Players will now be able to create large water bodies, have these animals explore it, and not just swim on the surface. So that'll be cool. It'll be really interesting to see apply that to other animals and new animals. I think there's kind of opened a whole new door for Planet Zoo to explore, which is going to be awesome. So here we are, the bottom half. I really think this feature will truly change the way we all play Planet Zoo. There's a whole new addition to habitats for us that we consider when building them. It affects the welfare of animals if the deep swim feature is a necessary part of the habitat, so it's certainly important. It brings a new dimension to the habitats and how guests will want to view these habitats as well. So there's plenty to think about when building a habitat in the park all around it, So obviously people want to see these little penguins swimming around, so that'll be another really interesting thing for viewing. Ooh. But nah, this is going to be so cool. I really, really love these systems. It's a great yearly update. It'll be really interesting to see what comes in the future because of this. I've already said that a couple of times, but whatever. So let's get on to the new one. Underwater feeding is a great addition where you get to see animals swim through a cloud of fish, picking them off in full motion. Also, seeing a grey seagull pop its head above the water to look around is a delight, and I'm a big fan of the giant otters. They are very playful, and this comes around across in how they bound across the land, leap into water, and playfully turn while swimming. So that's going to be fun. Giant otters are such an interesting group of animals. They're obviously the biggest of the otters, hence the name giant otters. And there are little otters like the smooth-core otters that are more common in zoos and real cute, but I think giant otters are kind of that common enough in zoos and also just really weird looking and kind of the perfect size considering the constraints of Planet Zoo. So it's really awesome to finally see that we're getting giant otters. Plus, I just think they're funky looking, and they get up to 6 feet long, and they're very aggressive too. They've been known to hunt jaguars and in their groups, and they're very dangerous. So I just think they're still fun though. They're big boys. Okay, I can't wait for players to experience these new habitats they can build with underwater viewing. I think it'll look great and it'll really allow deep swimming animals to be showcased. Focusing the camera on the swimming animals is also nice. I find it really relaxing. To be honest, I look more forward to see the awesome zoos the community will build with these new animals. Community creations have always been so impressive. So that's going to be fun. Honestly, like, if you've played Abzu, well, I played Abzu on the channel a while ago, but those kind of diving games are just so relaxing to see the animals move about. So honestly, I think you could probably just play the game, just watch your penguins swim about, maybe add some fishies or whatever with the feeders. I think that'll just be so relaxing and interesting. So really getting like a whole new addition and maybe get a bunch of new enrichment and new feeders and stuff for these guys. So that'll be interesting. Okay. Philip. All 4 of our new habitat animals are amazing, and each of the animators have their own favorite, and it's been brilliant to see the passion they have to bring them to life. But for me, it's the king penguin. They have been so long in the making, and it's the one animal we've always wanted to make happen and do justice to, so we held off until we can get the deep swimming right. Also, it's one of the animals that when you go to the zoo, you can't wait to see, because everyone loves penguins. Who doesn't love penguins? Especially in New Zealand, we have a lot of little blue penguins, and they're very cute. I love them. A lot of them, they get rescued as well. Since New Zealand's kind of like the penguin hub, we have all sorts of different species that you can see in the wild, and often they need to be rescued if they've got injuries, and there's a lot of aquariums and zoos that take them in, so they're all very cute. Especially the blue penguins. I love little blue penguins. And Booney again. The animal I've been playing around with, enjoying the most, is the king penguin. See, someone else likes the king penguin. I really love watching them zooming around in the water. They even have huge characters on land. They're even huge characters on land too, with the distinctive waterland stride. How could you not love them? They like to stride. They got that all up in my suit and tie. Na-na-na-na-na. I can't sing that, forget copyright. Let me show you a good thing. No. I think that's awesome. I can't wait for everyone to see the baby king penguins. They melt my heart every time I see them. I know they're little brown fluffy pills. I love them so much. And then we are back to Philip. I'm very excited to see what underwater habitats people build with these new animals, enrichment, and scenery items we've included in the Aquatic pack. It's going to be really fun to see. Deep swimming in particular adds a new dimension to each of these new animals we've included. We've made sure to add the different animals feeling unique in their swimming, and we're really looking forward to see people's reaction to it. So, yeah, so edit, we have edited to change color, recolorable trees into a singular tree for clarity. Okay, so I'm not sure what this colorable tree is, but I'm sure we're going to have a good fun with it. But yeah, I'm really liking this one. That was so fun. I'm just so excited that we're going to get this in only about a day. Well, for me, it should have been today since I live in the future, but it's really so awesome to see. I'm really excited to get my hands on these animals. I'm always excited for a new pack, but this is just really adding a whole new element to it. I really like these packs that really, maybe not even add the most animals, but really add something substantial like this. This is probably the most substantial update that we've got for Planet Zoo so far, and we kind of really built up to that, because we have now the Australia pack that added like a few new rigs. So that was pretty interesting, and now we've got something that adds almost completely new rigs other than the crocodile. But the caiman. But I love the caiman so much. Cuvier's dwarf caimans are so cute, and people were saying, oh, there should have been a sea lion, but I think the caiman is a great pick. Plus, it just looks so cute. I'm so excited to get my hands on this. And, well, I will get my hands on this. I'll get this to you, and I'll make a video. I'll make a little zoo and go through all the animals, give some information about them, when I finish the park, and the next should be this week, and then we'll be back to Meg Aquarium. So I really hope you guys enjoy this video, and give your thoughts in the comments, of course. I'm just really excited for this, and I've already given my thoughts pretty much. So yeah, hope you guys enjoy this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe. Always remember to click that little bell at the bottom there, you know, the little bar next to the subscribe button that allows you to get a notification every time I upload something. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys like and subscribe, and bye bye.